Okay, so here we are again. F the VA. Just F it. F it in the A because it didn't do a goddamn thing anyway. Quick story. Let me kill a mosquito because I don't want to get bit. 3 weeks ago, shy a day, I went to the VA locally in Greenville, South Carolina, the clinic. They were nice enough. They were great. They were nice enough to squeeze me in. I had did something to my knee, just randomly did something to my knee, nothing really traumatic, and it filled with fluid. I've had this happen before because I had a surgery on my meniscus 2003, I believe, and it kept filling with fluid, and then eventually they took out part of my meniscus and replaced another part of it. So and I got something on my face, sorry. So did nothing, wasn't like I was exercising, wasn't doing anything. Boom, something happened. I had my legs crossed. I went to go straighten it, and I guess the joints had fallen out, and when I straightened it, it popped back in, and that created my body to put fluid out there. So serious pain, couldn't walk. The main part is like sitting down, no pain. Well, not no pain, but limited pain. But walking on a knee filled with fluid is intensely painful because the fluid moves around, and it's like standing on a waterbed, right? Because it's nothing stable in there because of all the fluid. So anyway, they were awesome. Dr. Smith was awesome in that he helped sneak me into another doctor who drained it and put cortisone in it. Same process. So drained and then changed and put cortisone in. Pulled out 25 cc's of fluid, and then pumped in about 8 cc's of cortisone, which is a steroid. Thought it was great. Felt amazing to have it drained. It really did. I walked out thinking how excited I was about the limited amount of mobility and pain. Fast forward, my grandfather is sick. I jump in a vehicle and head down to Texas. He's in Rockport. We get here. We thought he wasn't going to make it. He's doing much better now. So that's the positive of this whole story. And then I helped do some manual labor, kind of to subside some things. And bad choice. I mean, it wasn't like I did huge amounts of I did do a lot of manual labor, but to me it wasn't that big a deal, and maybe that's the Marine in me, I don't know. But sorry about that. I somehow must have somewhere down the road twisted my knee. I don't remember feeling a sharp pain or anything like that. Maybe it was just the exertion, but it's filled up with fluid again. If I had to guess, probably, since I pulled out 22, it's more now, probably 30 to 35 cc's minimum. It might even be 40. It is a lot of pressure in my knee. Tons and tons of pressure. And it looks, I'll see if I can put one of the pictures I took. It looks gnarly because it's just so much fluid. And then, I'm sorry. So I got to drive home, right? It's a Sunday. I got to get back to South Carolina and get back to work and doing what I need to do. And I decided to stop by the Houston VA, and I get here just shy of 3, and as of 7 minutes ago it is 7. So 4 hours here. 4 hours. Not a single doctor touched my knee. I'm sorry, that's not true. Dr. Banu, who aside from being gorgeous, really is cute, was very compassionate. She stayed around a lot longer than her shift ended, just because nobody wanted to deal with me. Not that I was stubborn, it was just a complicated issue, and so she already knew the background and handled it. She was super sweet, super nice. The problem is the orthopedic surgeons, or doctors, the ones who would do it, or anyone who would drain it, just refused to drain it. So I've got 1,500 miles I got to drive from Houston, 4 hours wasted, and it's now 7 o'clock at night. I'm not going to get in until probably 7 tomorrow evening now because of the amount of time wasted. I don't really know. I'm going to have to sleep tonight. I'm exhausted. And all I got out of this whole function was anti-inflammatory meds, and I think there's actually, Dr. Banu said she was going to do, she did, it's like some topical cream. So she was really trying her best. She was disappointed that nobody would actually do anything and see me. You know, God forbid they should get out of their beds on a Sunday and come see me. Medication they gave me was diclofenac. I'm sure diclofenac. I'm probably butchering it. It sounds dirty, but so I'm basically getting anti-inflammatories. Well, anti-inflammatories don't work for fluid. Everybody knows this. I don't have to be a doctor to tell anyone this. Anti-inflammatories work to reduce inflammation within the joints and the really the muscles and some probably tendons. But fluid is a result of your bones wanting to crash together, so the body creates fluid to prevent that. So I have a big sack of fluid. I have a big sack of fluid in my knee, and all I wanted was just a quick drain. I didn't even need the cortisone steroid shot. I just wanted a drain so I could drive 1,500 miles without being in pain and discomfort the entire time. 4 hours later, and I'm walking out, and I got shit I can't use. Am I gonna take it? Probably, because they asked me to take it, but I can't. It's not gonna do anything. I've been through this. I've been through this routine. It doesn't do anything. Advil doesn't do anything. Tylenol doesn't do anything. Nothing does anything except for sticking a damn needle in there, draining the fluid out. That's what does something, and they won't even do that. And more importantly, the real thing that's going to do anything is orthoscopic surgery. So they took a CT scan, but of course they're like, well, hell, I'll just read it to you. This is what it says. I guess I threw it wrong. And why, to me it's a little confusing, because to me this justifies a drain, but findings: no acute displacement, fracture, or malignment. Well, I never claimed that it was fractured. I never claimed it was maligned. I just claimed there was fluid in there. Evidence of chronic trauma with multiple small calcified intra-articular bodies. So, again, there, evidence of chronic, which is constant, trauma with multiple small calcifications. There is a moderate to large knee joint effusion. Moderate to large amount of fluid in my knee. Well, no shit. So drain it. Mild soft tissue swelling. So I do have tissue swelling, and will this help? Yeah, but it's mild compared to the moderate to large amount of fluid. So this is going to help with the mild inflammation. I don't care about the inflammation. I've had arthritis in my knees and joints since the Marine Corps. I don't care about that shit. I want the fluid drained. So once again, F the VA. F them. They don't work on the weekends. I mean, Dr. Banu was amazingly nice, and she stuck around, and there are some really good people, Dr. Smith, but it's like, if I had private insurance, they would have just said, drain it, steroid. If this happens again anytime soon, let's look at doing surgery, or at least doing orthoscopic and seeing what's in there and what's causing all this. How do I know this? Because that's what happened the first time when that fat lady landed on my knee playing soccer, and it caused all this problem. So it's really not that hard. Like, this isn't, fuck veterans. We don't need any support. We don't need any help. No wonder so many veterans commit suicide. Can't get help anywhere. And living with chronic pain, and it causes depression. I mean, it's the same. I'd say this ain't rocket science, but I feel like maybe it is, and maybe I'm just a rocket scientist. But, veterans commit suicide on an exponentially high rate, and right now, am I going to commit suicide? No, I'm not going to commit suicide. But could I see why somebody would want to commit suicide when nobody at the VA seems to give a shit, and nobody wants to help fix what they either created or at least did not, I wouldn't say did not help, but expanded upon the issue. Ruck marches, jumping off, 7 tons. I mean, just, I'm missing tendon in my wrist, tendon in my knee, repaired tendon in my knee, which I'm probably going to miss the whole meniscus eventually. I've had ankle reconstructive surgery. I've broken my orbital, which doesn't really quite all the way heal. It's an orbital. It's like an egg shape or egg thickness ball behind your eye. I've had more injuries than I could even count nor would want to count. And these VA docs who have never even served in the military, 95% of them, just have no understanding of what happens. And most of them who have served went straight in as doctors, which means they didn't do the shit that the rest of us did. They never will. Those lawyers and the doctors, they just don't do that shit. So I'm just frustrated. I'm going to go. They didn't have any water. They kept me outside in some convex tents because apparently the Houston hospital doesn't let people in it anymore. That was awesome. So, I said convex, but it wasn't. That's not the right word. Those tents we did in Afghanistan is what they did. So anyway, anybody want some drugs? F the VA. Here's my face. I'm out of here.